Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kyler Murray and the New England Patriots versus Cam Newton and the Toronto Mounties.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with their opponents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help us. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, New England. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have Cam Newton calling the shots, the big man under center at 6'5", nearly 250 pounds.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good, as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Call it a loss of fire. The big save to bring up 3rd down. Now it's Newton. Buying time to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Murray now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. These 2 teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 30 after a gain of 3. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that's hold up their end.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds some open field here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And it's caught. Touchdown. Travis Kelce with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Mounties have got it back to within a score. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Going deep here for Watkins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory, but I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Gets past one man and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 50, Newton. Forced out to his left. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time he is in. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Mounties have moved out in front. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Asker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. Being chased out left. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing again is Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Cam's throw here complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick is indeed good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board. Fielded right around the 8.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pats at the line, ready to go. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point. And now due to apparent time constraints, we found. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the 3rd quarter of action. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Herbert, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. They'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From the gun, Murray. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get this down to the 10.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. It's the fullback. His second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that gives him a 3-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton buying time to his left. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From just shy of midfield, Newton forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Mounties have yet again retaken the lead. The point after is good. And that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. First down, Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. New England on third down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And this is caught. That's Watkins. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there for the Patriots.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And a give this time to the tailback. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Cam to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. So the Patriots now down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. That's complete to Eskridge. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And once again, it's Eskridge. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as understand where they are in the field?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Murray. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw, Murray. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Murray, one final try. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we long shot.
So for our visitors, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.